Welcome to True Life Lessons. Today we explore the story of Adrien, a brilliant software engineer who struggled with human connection. Adrien possessed an intellect that placed him in the top 2% of the population, making him an absolute technical genius. However, this incredible intelligence came with a heavy price. He was completely incapable of forming meaningful relationships with his own colleagues. While he could easily solve the most complex coding problems, he found simple daily conversations to be incredibly frustrating and pointless. Every single day at the bustling corporate office, Adrien would sit alone in the cafeteria, eating his lunch in absolute silence. His co-workers actively avoided him because of his arrogant attitude. He always valued raw results far more than anyone's personal feelings. And people whispered about his cold demeanor behind his back. They respected his coding skills, but deeply disliked his harsh, unforgiving personality. Management noticed his exceptional technical output and decided to promote him. They made him the lead of a highly critical project. Adrien felt incredibly proud of this new leadership role. He genuinely believed that his superior intellect would easily guarantee ultimate success. But leadership requires much more than just writing perfect code. It demands empathy, patience, and a deep understanding of human emotions. During the very first team meeting, Adrien immediately dismissed every single idea proposed by his experienced colleagues without a second thought. He publicly humiliated a junior developer for making a minor mistake, causing a heavy atmosphere of fear and resentment to spread. Instead of guiding his team, Adrien decided to micromanage everything. He took over their tasks, believing only he could do them. He worked late into the night, typing furiously at his keyboard, completely exhausted but stubbornly refusing to ask anyone for help. The inevitable result of his toxic behavior quickly materialized. The entire development team completely lost their motivation and stopped caring entirely. Crucial deadlines were missed one after another. The once promising software project completely stalled, creating a massive crisis for the company. Upper management finally intervened. They pulled Adrien into a tense meeting and officially stripped him of his prestigious team lead position. Devastated and deeply confused, Adrien packed his belongings. He simply could not understand why his perfect technical solutions had ultimately failed. He walked out of the glass building, feeling a crushing weight on his chest. The evening sky reflected his profound loneliness. Seeking some quiet space to think, Adrien wandered into a nearby city park. He sat heavily on an old wooden bench. An elderly man was sitting on the other end of the bench, calmly watching the golden sunset paint the evening clouds. The old man noticed Adrien's visible distress and gently struck up a conversation, asking the young engineer what was troubling him. Desperate for answers, Adrien poured his heart out. He explained how his brilliant mind had somehow ruined his entire professional career. The wise old man listened patiently without interrupting. Then he smiled softly and shared a profound metaphor about light and warmth. He told Adrien to imagine his high intelligence as a powerful, modern flashlight piercing through the absolute darkness of the night. A flashlight is incredibly focused and strong. It easily cuts through shadows to find exact answers and solve very specific problems. However, a flashlight only illuminates a single direction. Worse, if pointed directly at someone's face, it blinds them with harsh glare. And that intense beam represents pure logic and intellect. It is highly effective, but it can easily hurt and alienate other people. Then the old man asked Adrien to imagine a simple, humble candle burning softly in the middle of a dark room. The candle represents emotional intelligence. Its light is not piercing or aggressive, but it radiates gently and evenly in all directions. More importantly, a candle provides comforting warmth. When people feel cold and lost, they naturally gather around the gentle, glowing flame. People do not blindly follow raw power or cold intellect. They instinctively follow warmth, genuine empathy, and deep, emotional human connection. Adrien sat in stunned silence as the profound words sank in. He finally realized exactly what he had been doing wrong. He had spent his entire life being a blinding flashlight, aggressively pointing out everyone's flaws while offering absolutely zero emotional warmth. The very next morning, when Adrien returned to the office with a completely new mindset, he was determined to become a candle. His first difficult step was offering a sincere apology to his former team. He admitted his mistakes and asked for forgiveness. At first, his colleagues were highly skeptical. They crossed their arms and waited to see if this sudden change was genuine. Adrien started practicing active listening. Instead of interrupting to fix their code, he patiently tried to understand their unique thought processes. When a junior developer encountered a tough bug, Adrien did not snatch the keyboard. He gently asked guiding questions to help. Slowly, the toxic atmosphere in the office began to clear. Laughter and collaborative discussions finally replaced the heavy, fearful, silent tension. Adrien discovered that when people feel valued and heard, their productivity naturally increases. The team started solving complex problems together seamlessly. All began joining his co-workers for lunch in the cafeteria. He asked about their families, their hobbies, and their weekend plans. For the first time in his life, Adrien felt a genuine sense of belonging. He was no longer an isolated genius. The stalled project gradually gained momentum again. With everyone working in harmony, they quickly caught up on the previously missed deadlines. Management was incredibly surprised by this sudden turnaround. They watched as Adrien naturally guided the team without holding any official title. True leadership is never about being the smartest person in the room. It is about making everyone else feel truly empowered. Adrien learned to celebrate the small victories of his peers. He publicly praised their hard work and gave them full credit. The project was finally completed and launched successfully. The entire company celebrated the massive achievement with a joyful office party event. During the celebration, Adrien stood quietly by the window, smiling as he watched his teammates laugh and share stories with excitement. He realized that being needed and appreciated by others brought him far more happiness than simply being right all the time. The old man in the park had been absolutely right. A brilliant mind can only go so far without a heart. Emotional intelligence is the invisible glue that holds all successful teams together. It builds deep trust, mutual respect, and lasting loyalty. Without empathy, even the most groundbreaking ideas will ultimately fail to gain any traction because people refuse to support arrogant creators. We often spend years developing our technical skills, but we completely neglect the vital importance of nurturing our own emotional warmth. Think about your own workplace interactions. Are you acting like a blinding flashlight, or are you radiating warmth like a candle? It takes immense courage to admit our flaws and change our behavior. Adrien proved that profound personal transformation is always possible. By choosing to listen instead of commanding, he unlocked the true potential of his team and transformed his own miserable life. The world is filled with incredibly smart individuals who sadly remain completely isolated because they fail to understand basic human emotions. Do not let your intelligence become an impenetrable fortress that keeps everyone else out. Use it to build bridges of understanding. When you combine a sharp mind with a compassionate heart, you become an unstoppable force for positive change in the world. The greatest leaders in history were not always the smartest, but they possessed an uncanny ability to inspire and unite people. They knew how to make others feel truly seen, deeply heard, and profoundly valued in every single interaction they ever had. Adrien's journey from a cold, isolated genius to a warm, respected leader serves as a powerful reminder for all of us. success is never a solitary pursuit. It requires the collective effort, shared passion, and mutual support of a dedicated, united community. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you must learn to go together. So the next time you find yourself in a heated disagreement, remember to step back and lower your intense, blinding flashlight. Light a candle instead. Offer genuine warmth. Show sincere empathy and patiently try to understand the other person's unique, valid perspective. You will be absolutely amazed by how quickly conflicts dissolve when people feel that their emotions are being respected and acknowledged. Cultivating emotional intelligence is a lifelong journey. It requires daily practice, constant self-reflection, and a genuine desire to connect deeply. But the beautiful rewards are immeasurable. You will build stronger relationships, I'll experience less stress, and find profound meaning in your work. Adrien never forgot the wise old man in the park. That simple metaphor fundamentally altered the entire trajectory of his life. He eventually became a mentor to other young, brilliant engineers, teaching them the crucial balance between technical excellence and emotional warmth. His legacy was no longer just about writing perfect code. It was about building incredible people and fostering highly supportive environments. May we all strive to be the guiding light that warms the hearts of those around us, creating a better world. Thank you for watching True Life Lessons. We hope this story inspires you to shine your own warm light every day.